Hello, I'm Daniel Terry, Director of ePortfolio at Texas Christian University, and welcome to FrogFolio. Over the next half hour, members of our FrogFolio team will tell you about the uses and possibilities of working with a digital portfolio, and you'll get a chance to start working with your own. But first, why ePortfolios? An ePortfolio can help you deepen your learning and connect the dots between the different kinds of learning experiences that you'll have in college. And we also know that an ePortfolio is a great way to make your knowledge, skills, and experiences visible to others. Before our time is up, you should have a good grasp of what a portfolio is, why it's beneficial, and how to begin building your own portfolio. So let's get started. An ePortfolio, or as we call it, FrogFolio, is an online portfolio that contains evidence of your learning as a student, as well as examples of ways in which you've applied that learning. FrogFolio functions like a website by creating an online space for you to tell the story of who you are as a learner, your knowledge, skills, competencies, and experiences, and your capacity to reflect upon all of these as evidenced by the writings, media, and other artifacts or examples of your learning that you choose to add to your portfolio. Creating a FrogFolio enables you to organize, document, and display your most significant learning experiences all in one place. Similar to how a scrapbook helps you remember the details of a trip, FrogFolio will help you remember, use, and more deeply understand things that you've learned along the way. And it's accessible anywhere, anytime, with a computer. Because it is online, your FrogFolio can be shared with many audiences, from faculty and staff, to family, to peers, or to potential employers or graduate schools. And by viewing your FrogFolio, those audiences will get a sense of who you are as a learner. To be a learner in the world is to explore the meaning of what we experience and then reconsider who we are and what we know in light of that experience. Through this process, insight and understanding emerges. This is how we learn. Having a space like your FrogFolio to reconsider what you learn and experience during college, to reflect on where you've been, assess where you are, and imagine where you're going, while documenting knowledge and skills gained along the way, that is a tremendous learning opportunity. And as well, building your reputation online and representing your learning and abilities well is an important professional skill. Let's hear what other students are saying about FrogFolio.
FrogFolio to me is an opportunity for reflective learning. It's an opportunity to look back at what I've done and see how much I've grown and developed. It's an opportunity to see how my inside and outside the classroom experiences connect to the TCU mission statement. I see a value-centered education developing as I look back at my ePortfolio. I see an eclectic group of classes in a liberal arts education every semester coming together, and I see FrogFolio being that opportunity to tie it all together.
FrogFolio has been most helpful to me so far by giving me a place where I can actually journal and actually reflect on what I've done. Instead of just having those experiences and forgetting about them and the impact they had on me, I'm able to link them both to the TCU mission statement and also my personal development as a leader and as a TCU student.
One thing I would say that helps motivate students with their FrogFolio is the experiences and opportunities you can gain through having it. You can not only utilize these in classes and through professors, but once you can show these to potential employers, you'll be really encouraged to help keep adding information and updating it as you're starting to look for jobs. It will become even more important, and it's nice to be able to look back on your experiences all the way from freshman year. You don't want to just have a little bit of information crammed in at the end. It's really nice to have an overview over time of information that you can look back on your college experience and really show a diverse display of information that you've learned.
So let's get started. The next few minutes will hopefully help you understand both what you can do with a FrogFolio as well as how to use the tools. Feel free to take notes or follow along at your computer. There is a supplementary document available on our website that revisits most of what we will cover today in case you'd like to see it again. And this video will also be available for you to view at any time on our website. Don't worry, we'll show you the web address at the end of the video.
For now, let's start at tcu.digication.com. Go ahead and log in using your TCU email address and the password you were given when you created your account. You will see the main screen, which looks something like this. We will wait here for about 30 seconds. Please note, if you click on your name at the top of the screen where it says Welcome, and then your name, you will be taken to a screen where you may change your password to something easier for you to remember. One other thing to notice before we begin is the Quick Start Guide to the left, just under the TCU logo.
To start your ePortfolio, click the Create button on the My Portfolios header. It's right here.
First things first, you'll need to think of a title for your FrogFolio. Since your portfolio is all about you, we recommend you using your name. And remember, your colleagues and professors will see the name you've chosen.
Now that you've named your FrogFolio, it's time to choose a template for your portfolio. For now, we recommend using the Student FrogFolio template. It's been designed specifically with students in mind to help you reflect upon and document your TCU learning experience.
For now, please make sure the Use Selected Templates theme box is checked.
The Permissions section is interesting and will be something you'll want to revisit from time to time. Who do you want to be able to see the things you put in your FrogFolio? Your choices include no one at all, only people from TCU who also use FrogFolio, or the world at large. This last option will make your FrogFolio one of the things people find when they Google you. So we recommend staying TCU only for a while until you have a robust portfolio you'd like to share with anyone who may be interested in learning more about you.
Tagging allows you to add specific labels to your page to make it searchable by other users. You can search tags to find other ePortfolio users who have a common area of interest, and you can tag your own page with attributes unique to you. For example, you could tag John V. Roach Honors College if you are a member of the Honors College. We suggest allowing tags from other editors.
Whether or not to allow other users or outside visitors to leave comments on your pages is up to you. However, many instructors using FrogFolio may wish to be able to leave comments or ask students to leave commentary for one another. We recommend, similar to permissions, that you allow comments only from registered users until you are ready to take your ePortfolio public.
Since you've had the tour, why don't you go ahead and create your ePortfolio now? Remember, it's best to use your real name, so don't spend a great deal of time trying to think of something clever. There will be plenty of other opportunities to be clever later on. Let's take 2 minutes to go ahead and get your ePortfolio running. Here's some music to help you think.
Once you have created your FrogFolio, it's now time to add customized aspects to your portfolio that will make it yours. Once you arrive at this screen under My ePortfolios, click on your name. This will take you to FrogFolio without customizations.
Next, let's discuss adding content into your FrogFolio. When you get to the home page of your portfolio, you see a list of sections on the top of your screen. Examples include Home/About Me, Personal Learning Goals, My Learning Experiences, etc.
You might think of these sections as similar to file folders on your computer, which are home to pages of the content you create. It's very similar here. Sections allow you to organize your content under a theme or purpose.
The Student FrogFolio template contains sections for you to use, but there may come a time when you want to add a section of your own. For example, you might like to add an International Experiences section after you study abroad.
Pages can be found in the left-hand side of your screen. Pages have different information on topics related to the section it is under. In a way, the page and its sections are like a file in a file folder. They are the individual pieces you have sorted into your sections.
The actual content of the pages come from modules. When you'd like to add content on a page, you'll need to add a module. So thinking of it as a hierarchy from top to bottom, we have sections which store pages constructed of modules.
You have one existing module in the Home section on the About Me page. We're going to work together now to personalize this module as a way of demonstrating some of the tools you have available to you.
First, let's look at each of the tabs within the module. View Text shows you exactly what you have in your module right now. In this case, there is a prompt already written for your About Me page.
Now, if you select Edit, you will be able to edit the text and have a variety of formatting options. If you make any changes, you will want to click Save, but most importantly, the next tab, Publish, which is where changes can be made permanent and public. So be sure to publish from the tab before you finish. Finally, the Delete tab allows you to permanently delete a module if you so desire.
There are some other really neat things you can do here in the Edit tab. One of the best ways to enrich your FrogFolio is by adding media, YouTube videos, pictures, music, photos, etc. To do this, go back to your Edit tab and select the small green Photo button, just above the bold, italicized, and underlined buttons. From there, you can choose files from your computer or the internet.
Once you've completed this module, if you'd like to add another, click the Add a Module button on the top right of the screen. It's the one with the green button with a plus sign on it.
Take just a moment to edit the module on the About Me page. Write a sentence or two about yourself and upload a picture if you would like. It doesn't have to be you for the moment, but it would be nice to have the practice.
The sections are listed horizontally across the top of the ePortfolio. While you can add and remove sections, let's focus on the ones included in the template for now.
The first section you'll see is the Home About Me section. This section is where you can introduce yourself to whoever is looking at your portfolio. You can mention your basic information such as hometown, major, and year. You can also include any hobbies or interests. We recommend placing a professional photo of yourself on the page to make it more personalized. The purpose of this section is to give your audience a context in which to view your portfolio. Tell us who you are and what you hope to do. One student very aptly referred to it as her elevator pitch, the brief description you might give someone in the 30 seconds you have in the elevator when they ask you who you are and what you do.
The next section is Personal Learning Goals. This section of the portfolio asks you to reflect on what it is that you actually want from the college experience. What kinds of learning experiences do you want to have? What skills or competencies do you want to develop? What ideas, subjects, or topics do you want to explore? Explore these questions in this section of the portfolio and come up with a handful of goals that you have as you start your college career. Be sure to come back and visit this page often to update your progress and write new goals for yourself as you learn and develop.
The My Learning Experience section is a place that you can write about and share experiences, assignments, projects, thoughts, and other learning experiences you have. From PDF files of posters you have made, video productions about your volunteerism, and what you've learned from it. The My Learning Experience section is a great place to showcase meaningful artifacts from your experience as a student and a learner.
Be sure not to upload everything you do. Think of it as though you're curating an exhibit in a museum. Highlight the most interesting pieces and be sure to give an explanation and context to your visitors. If you're adding a gallery of your photography, for example, give a few sentences about why you made the gallery, what you learned while doing it, and what you hope we will see when we look through it.
Note the two sections within My Learning Experiences, courses and co-curricular experiences. This distinction allows you to include learning experiences that occur both inside the classroom and outside the classroom.
The TCU Learning Goals section applies your learning experiences to the TCU mission statement. This allows you to connect what you've been learning on a small scale to the large-scale mission statement that unites the university.
Here at TCU, we believe strongly in our mission statement, and you can see it broken down into 4 categories here on the left. As you reflect on your time here as a student, try to identify ways in which your work, leadership, scholarship, and creativity have supported each of the 4 components.
The resume section is where you can post a copy of your resume for viewers to see. Even if you feel you haven't done much yet, go ahead and start a resume. It will be much easier for you to add to one as you gain experiences and skills than it will be for you to remember everything you've done and start from scratch when a potential employer asks, "So, do you have a resume?" As a word of advice, we recommend listing just your email address or another form of digital contact information instead of a home address or telephone number. Since this will be available online to people who search you, if you choose that privacy setting, there is no reason to provide a home address, and it is much safer to simply give your email.
Finally, the attribution section is where you can cite your sources for any pictures, videos, quotes, texts, etc. you may have used elsewhere in your FrogFolio. Attributing your sources is a very important part of digital citizenship and a great habit to start making now.
One way to get started is to browse some of the existing FrogFolios to see what your fellow Horned Frogs have done with theirs. Some are very focused on their learning, others showcase co-curricular experiences or work-related skills. Some are a very nice mix of all 3. The point is, your FrogFolio is your space to represent yourself and your learning to the world. Be clear in your communication, make sure you proofread, and choose pictures and videos of yourself that represent you well to a very broad audience. For example, you may have a breakthrough in your understanding of biology while on the beach over spring break. You don't have to post a picture in your swimwear to prove it.
Your FrogFolios can be used in many different ways. You might try putting a link at the bottom of your email signature or adding it to your resume. FrogFolios can also be used for grad school. The portfolio will showcase all the work that you've done here at TCU, the learning you've experienced, and the growth you've had. You can even have more than one FrogFolio at a time for different purposes. Just go back to the home screen and start from scratch with the Create button. How you will use your FrogFolio is up to you and will probably change many times while you are a student. But one thing we know for sure, the more you use it, the more you add to it and work on it, the better your experience will be and the happier you will be to have it when you get ready to leave TCU.
Thanks for following along and working with us on getting your first FrogFolio up and running. We would now like to invite you to contact us anytime you have questions, ideas, concerns, or comments to share. Our team of eTerns is available for consultations with you throughout the week in the FrogFolio Lounge. Our website, frogfolio.tcu.edu, houses a growing collection of video tutorials, downloadable guides, and other resources designed to help you make the best of your FrogFolio experience. And finally, for pressing questions, please feel free to contact us.
Thanks again for your time and for being part of the FrogFolio program at TCU. We look forward to seeing what you create and to helping you make your FrogFolio exactly what you want it to be.